Yosemite National Park in California. This park is deeply admired for its unreal beauty, from its unique granite mountain formations that just tower above the valley, and to the tranquility of the forest groves. I'm going to share my experiences from last March and briefly share 5 topics, starting with the spectacular upper and lower Yosemite Falls, the Yosemite Valley, providing some insight on weather in late winter, early spring, if that's when you're planning your trip, what the weather and the crowds are going to be expected around March. I'll share some golden hour and sunset videos from the park, and what it's like staying at Tenaya Lodge just outside the park in Fish Camp. Let's begin with my favorite stop in Yosemite, which is right below the lower Yosemite Falls. This place is accessible by trail and mostly paved surfaces. You can go off trail and take to the boulders to get a closer view of the waterfall. March is a great time for visiting as there's a great flow of water and relatively fewer visitors. If you do plan on waiting for the warmer summer months, do plan on discovering less water and instead much more people. There is an upper Yosemite Fall trail that is accessible from the Valley Loop Trail, but I admit that I didn't have enough left in the tank to complete the journey to the falls themselves. Yet the initial part of the trail offered plenty of sights to appreciate. Back on the valley floor, my wife and I were more than content with enjoying the walk through Sentinel Meadow with panoramic views of the Upper Falls, Sentinel Falls, and of Half Dome. This year, Sentinel Fall, it's usually the first to greet you as you enter the Yosemite Valley, and it's easy to access just via the South Side Drive, whether you are walking there or parking on the side. If you are enjoying this video, please like and also please subscribe to support for more videos. All right, how about this weather though? So weather in March, it can vary greatly, and even on the same day we experience hours of rain followed by sun with light flannel and even t-shirt weather. It's best to plan on layering though, as we fluctuated between going through jackets, sweaters, depending on the hour and how much physical activity we were putting in. March though is a beautiful month. You get plenty of hours of sunlight, especially if you go after the daylight savings change. You're able to see the leftover winter snow throughout the park, but you're not actually having to really drive through anything thick nor walk through it. And how about the traffic and crowds? Well, this was in March of 2022, and I'm not fully sure if it was because March is off-peak or simply because it was rainy at the time of driving in, but we didn't experience many other drivers on El Portal Road to drive into the Yosemite Valley at all. I mean, talk about a relaxing and therapeutic drive for a change. And then I don't know about you, but I sometimes stress about thinking about parking, but in this case, there was abundance of parking spaces. The restrooms were quiet and clean. No need to wait in line for them. Wow, like what an experience there, and really having plenty of space to truly unwind in the unique way that only you can understand. So that was a vibe. And now if we compare that to this scene that I took in the summer of 2016 in July, this had a little bit less of the water and a lot more of the people. A lot more. And, unless we're going for this vibe where you're waiting for people or people are waiting on you, I would much rather compare it to this in March where you have space. You have time to explore on your own. There's a few less people in the background so you could take great photos. And again, you don't have to worry about people waiting on you or you waiting on them. Check this out. This is the upper Yosemite Falls. And like in the winter and early spring, you can actually view that ice cap that forms in the bottom of the falls. Absolutely next world. And to get there, it's pretty much just off of the road that you're driving into Yosemite Valley. And if you're looking for the exact spot, well, just look for this big rock on the side of the shoulder there. Then once you're in the valley, you have access to so many different easy to access trails. And yeah, it's one of those parks that you can literally just park and enjoy a view immediately. So this is going to be around golden hour now. So right before sunset, you can see again just how all that sun just glows right off the rock, and it's beautiful contrast to the snow as well. As you can see on the left side, they're actually doing controlled forest burns. So that's not a wildfire, they're just controlled burns because we were going through a very long period of just droughts in California and many years of wildfires. For our stay at Yosemite, we decided to stay at a place called Tenaya Lodge at Yosemite, which is actually in a place called Fish Camp. So you do have to drive from the park. It's about 40 miles away from the visitors center in the valley, or about an hour drive away. So we were treated though to just beautiful sunset views as we were driving out of the park.
The sun looks like it's in the cloud or under the cloud.
Inside.
Wow. Global. Yeah, I'll get a picture of it.
On the way back from Yosemite towards SoCal, we stayed at Tenaya at Yosemite, which is actually about an hour away from the valley. But the room, great size, bathroom was very unique, clean. Overall, great value for the money. They even had an indoor pool at the resort. There is a restaurant that's in there as well. And what can I say about this, other than it's a parking lot? They also have outdoor picnic tables, which were nice actually out in the sun. It looks like certain times of the month they may have this outdoor pool as well. They do have just outside the hotel some trails, so we got to see some of, again, that residual snow from the winter, as well as just got to enjoy a little bit of nature before heading on to the road.
So if you ever are in an emergency situation and you need to find water, you can eat the snow. What you do is you want to wipe off the top layer of the dirty snow first. And you keep wiping off the layers until you find clean snow. Keep on wiping. There we are. And now we have it. It's our fresh water.
Good.